Years ago, I worked at Target for a little while. I worked in the clothing department and it was normally pretty easy. I actually started in the grocery department when I was at Target, and then after about a month I moved to the clothes. Very frequently I would work closing shifts. We closed at 10 p.m. so it wouldn't be incredibly late and I didn't mind too much. For the last few hours of being open, things were generally pretty quiet too. On this night in particular, I had some things to organize. I heard the announcements about us closing during the last bit of time that we were open. All the guests that were there made their way to the checkouts and left. I still had some things to do though, so after closing I figured I would be leaving at about 10:15. So obviously the clothing section at Target is pretty large and it takes up a good amount of the store. After close, I was making my way to another area when I noticed something. There was an area with a wall that had clothes hanging on it with hangers so they would be displayed. At the base of the wall next to it, there was a person laying on the ground. They were mostly obstructed, and I'm surprised that I even noticed them. However, it looked like they were trying to hide. I walked over and asked what they were doing. Then, after a few seconds, they moved. After they got up, I saw that it was a man. He was pretty short and thin, and wearing a blue shirt. Very quickly, he walked around the corner behind the display wall. I called out to him saying that we were closed, but he did not respond. At that point, I took out my walkie and I radioed in that there was a customer still inside of the store, and I gave his description. He was going away from me, and I started to try to walk after him at that point. Moments later, I saw him. He was now standing right in the middle of one of the main walkways in Target. He was just standing there and staring at me. I got within maybe 50 feet of him, and then he started to walk in my direction very slowly. I quickly turned and went away from there to find another coworker. A short time later, I found Monique, who worked nearby. She was walking towards the clothing department and had heard what I reported. I told her the basics of what was going on. This time, he was coming from the sporting goods aisle and was holding a t-ball bat in his hands. We were afraid that he was going to use it as a weapon, so we didn't get too close to him. The man calmly walked towards us, but did not say a word, and he didn't answer any of our questions or commands for him to leave the store. We figured that we had to call the police at that point. So us team members left the sales floor and we went into the employees only area at the front of the store and locked ourselves in. Then we reported the man to the police. All the other employees soon joined us there to get away from the man. The cops got there, went inside, and arrested the man a short time later. We were glad that he was gone and that nobody was harmed. Thankfully, he didn't do any damage to the store either. I'm not entirely sure what his exact plan was, but that was my craziest experience from working at Target.